Hey guys, Berrypicker here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Callisto Protocol. Now this is a game I was looking forward to and had high hopes for, and I couldn't wait to play, and when I got the opportunity, I was pretty hyped and excited for it. And before we get into the review, I want you guys to keep in mind that I played this on the PS5, not on PC, so my review will be a little bit different than the PC version. This will be a non-spoiler review, and if you're sensitive to video game gore, you may click off the video now. With that being said, let's get started. Just like my previous review, I'm going to be talking about the things I do like about the game first, and then hit you with the bad things I don't like afterwards. The Callisto Protocol was a heavily inspired game by Dead Space. You even had some of the devs that worked on Dead Space work on this game as well. And after seeing all the trailers about this game and how hyped it looked, I wanted to try it out for myself to end the year. So let's start with the visuals. The visuals in this game look amazing. I have no complaints here. It looks beautiful, it looks horrifying, and it really does get the job done. It just looked amazing and it made me want to explore my surroundings and look around every nook and cranny. From seeing cellmates asking for help, from seeing decaying corpses, from the environment setting that the game sets up very well, I liked everything about it. And then there was the cutscenes and the animations, and I really liked the animations, especially the death animations. They went all out with this one. And as for the frame rate, it was pretty smooth, no issues here. I can't think or recall of a time where the frame rates really dropped or had any major issues with the game, so from my experience, it was pretty well. Though unfortunately, the same can't be said about the PC version. The PC version ran horribly, with having really bad stutters in the game that ruined the experience, making players having to tune down their graphics card just to play the game more smoothly. Though there has been an update from the developers, stating that they're working hard to further optimize the performance. So yeah, if you're planning on picking this game up on PC, you'll have some issues, so keep that in mind, but updates might fix it later on down the road. But for consoles, it should be fine. And for the cutscenes in this game, it was amazing. I truly was enjoying every bit of it. The opening was beautifully done. The story had me very intrigued. It really did have me thinking of Dead Space majority of the time when I was playing this game. I would say playing the first hour of this game was really enjoyable. But now let's move on to the combat. And my god, the combat was enjoyable for the first hour. After that, I really got bored of it. Although there's telekinesis and gunplay, majority of your combat is going to be through melee. And the melee system in this game gets really boring real quick. It's a simple 1, 2, 3 hit, and then you have to wait for your opponent to strike, and then you can strike back. That's it. Rinse and repeat. It feels like an RPG turn-based fight. And as for the dodging mechanic, it also sucks. In order to dodge an oncoming attack, you have to move your analog stick to the left, to the right, and to the left again. And then you get to attack after dodging. I just kinda wish that they made the dodging button to one singular button instead of having to be in the analog stick to move left and right. I just don't like it. Plus it's very inaccurate if you're not facing your opponent. Although the gunplay in this game was fine, I really enjoyed using the telekinesis. The game had grinders and spikes at certain parts of the game where if you get your enemy with the telekinesis, you can throw them into them, which I thought was pretty cool. But other from that, I didn't really like the combat system at all in this game. It also didn't help that the fact that these enemies are kinda like sponges, and they could take quite the amount of hits. Speaking about the enemies, another complaint I had about this game was the enemy variety is very little. There's just not a lot of enemy variety in this game, and most of them are repeated, which is another reason why the combat sucks. Since there's only a very few variety of enemies in the game, you have to fight the exact same way for majority of them. You can also upgrade your melee and your weapon and your telekinesis in this game, though they really don't do all that much. You can probably get in a 4th hit now instead of 3 hits, so nothing really much changes. In my opinion, it's way more faster killing these guys by throwing them off the map or throwing them into spikes. And for the scary aspect about the game, it's not really there. The game tries to get you with some jump scares and tries to catch you off guard, but they're just kinda predictable of when they're gonna happen. Maybe I'm just a tough cookie that doesn't crack so easily, but the game wasn't really that scary. It was fun, but not scary. I think since the combat was melee the whole time, it made the game not as fun, and that's kinda why it ruined my experience throughout the whole game. And I'm not going to spoil the story for you guys, but I will say for me, personally, the story ended on a sour note, and I really didn't like the way it ended. And the big bad villain at the very end of the game is super boring to fight, in my personal opinion. Nothing changes, the combat is the exact same. I'm guessing they were trying something new with the combat and trying something completely different, but this different was not good in my personal opinion. It just really made the game uncomfortable and pretty hard to play in my personal opinion. I appreciate when developers try new things, but this one completely missed the mark. In conclusion, I think this game is okay, and I generally did enjoy majority of the time playing the game, though the combat is just too simple and repetitive for me to actually enjoy playing the game, and actually getting into combat situations makes fighting the enemies be a hassle or a nuisance rather than enjoyable. One thing I forgot to mention is that the game is about 8 to 10 hours long, so it's a relatively short game, so keep that in mind before you purchase. My overall experience playing Callisto Protocol wasn't all that bad, but it definitely didn't live up to the hype that a lot of people were building up for it. Though throughout the whole game, I would give Callisto Protocol a 7 out of 10. It's an average game and I somewhat enjoyed it, but the combat, oh my god, it was just awful in my personal opinion. Now you probably heard the other reviews about this game saying that it's a disappointment or a letdown, and you know, I kind of agree. Though for me on the PS5 it was pretty fun and I still kind of enjoyed it, from the exploring aspect to the visuals to the cutscenes and the death animations. Like I said, that was beautiful. This game had things I truly did enjoy about it, just it kind of ruined it with the main mechanic being a really bad dodge mechanic. This wasn't the best game to end the year on for me, but I will say watching it was enjoyable, playing it kinda. And that is my review of the Callisto Protocol on the PS5. But what do you guys think? Did you hate it? Or did you like it? Let me know down below in the comments. And that wraps it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, hope you guys learned a couple things about the game, and let me know if you picked it up or not. But that's it for me, more videos to come, and I can't wait to show you the ones I'm working on. But until next time, much love, take care, and boo. I got you, didn't I? Haha, loser. Alright, peace.